Of course, it's a rolling start, but with a 47 car field, it means that the cars at the back are probably at full race pace by the time the leaders cross the line to start the race and get the official race action underway for BMW Performance Racing Series. It's an 8-lapper, so we've gone for 8 laps of action and down towards turn 1, getting the whole shot. Oof, a little bit out of shape there. N4 Performance BMW, just a little bit squirrely there. But let's see what Fabio Fedetta can do. And Bob Neal dropping down into 3rd place by the looks of it, behind the German. And what these cars are going to find is exactly what we're finding out, with a bit of glare coming off the boxes outside of our commentary booth. Sunset is in full effect.
Absolutely, and just what a privilege to see so many top-notch BMWs out on track at the same time.
And looking forward to seeing them back in action by the time we get to the next round of BMW M Performance Racing Series.
Absolutely brilliant. Devin Robinson up into 8th place. He's made up a place already, so he's having a good outing in the canary yellow BMW that we saw on screen earlier.
But, Andreas Meyer is ahead of Carlo Garbini. So as I say that, it's changed up though coming through. So the timing monitor will of course refresh as they cross the line. But I was just watching. The German staying ahead of Carlo Garbini is pretty spectacular. And then further back, we see likes of Rob Gearing, Nishal Singh, and Jan Everstein having little battles. Alan Hilligan just behind them. In fact, I think Hilligan just got through there and made up one position. So throughout this race of 6 laps, or 8 laps I should say, we've done 2 of the 8 now. We're going to see some chopping and changing. And Devin Robertson now fighting with the diesel-powered BMW and having his own little fight there with Gary Martins in that M2 diesel, I think it is, if I'm not mistaken. Nokia in that N4 Autocroft car getting a little bit squirrely into turn 1, as we saw on that first lap. But he's now seemed to settle down, and he's up into the 3rd spot overall. We've also got Andreas Meyer, Nick Macris, and Fabio Fedetta still fighting hard. Remember, Fedetta is the 2nd of the Class A cars, but he's a little bit further back in 6th place at this stage. And then that BMW diesel power taking on Devin Robertson. Further back, nice to see battles right through the field, of course. And of course, the battles that have raged in race number 1 will resume now in race number 2, because they should have sorted themselves out in terms of where they were.
Yeah, Nick Herbst's running in 26th at the moment, or just the positions have just changed. He's up to 25th, and looks like he's about 3rd in Class D at the moment. So a good outing for Nicholas Herbst in the 31 car.
So you might have to settle for 3rd overall, and I think that's what he'll probably be looking to do. Having won this championship overall on numerous occasions, he also realizes that sometimes on certain tracks, consistency is more important than taking the podiums.
Yeah, chatting to a couple of the drivers, they've given that exact same feedback, saying, Kyalami, it's a different circuit. Just one mistake and your lap is completely ruined. So they'll just take what they can get coming to this round of the championships. They'll just take what they can get, hope for the best, and take the car home in one piece.
You mentioned the fact that there's an array of BMWs. It is great to see that, isn't it? Lock up into turn 7 there, Clubhouse. Or is it a lock-up? It might be a bit of a brake issue there, I think.
Definitely seems to be a problem with that back right.
125, I think that was. The 72 car is in the mix there. I'll tell you something, it's not done just yet between those guys. Because if you look at Gary Martins and Nishal Singh, 79 car, not the 72 car, Nishal Singh starting to put the pressure now onto Gary Martins, and might just squeeze through for a change-up in the front end of that little battle.
Yeah, just watching Devin Robertson in the Class C battle. He's lost 2 places. Gary Martins and Nishal Singh having got ahead there. So Robertson having dropped back a little.
The lap completed. No changes at the front end. Those first 9-10 cars staying the same. Devin Robertson, I think, is the man on the move, though. Let's keep an eye out on his progress. That is the leader right now, the Delmont Mining BMW of Bob Neal. And as I said to you earlier today in the commentary, Brent, having to run that car at between 230 and 235, can't go over 240, otherwise the front end starts to squirrel a bit. So he's had to just tap off slightly in terms of his normal pace.
They're doing an absolutely great job out there, running constantly in the 155s, or consistently in the 155s, I mean to say. And as our race leader, still Garbini in 2nd, leads out Class B, followed by Andreas Meyer, third overall and second in Class B.
Nick Macros just behind them as we watch Bob Neal through the S's. Particularly this category. That is another massive moment. Similar situation to what we had earlier on in Class C of the Paybar Volkswagen Challenge. 104 is the car that's in question, and that's certainly not what you want to be doing. Stefano Cavalieri, that's Paolo Cavalieri's son, who's got it completely out of shape, and he's stuck in a very dangerous position. But as they head down to the S's, Troy Cochran's not even aware of that situation just yet. He's in his own little fight further up there. And Cochran, of course, in one of the Arrow cars there with Benny Late and Jaco Storm Jr. behind him. It's safety car that's been called. There's the SC board and the yellow flags being waved. So they're going to try and get that car out of harm's way as quickly as possible. Good to see Cavalieri out the car though. So they may stay under safety car, keep them out there. Or are they possibly going to have to maybe red flag it? They might just give them one more lap and then red flag it and say, right, now we've done enough. Sometimes that's the case. I don't think we're going to see this race finish up the entire amount of laps that were scheduled there, Brett.
Yeah. Just looking at the marks on the track, the tyre marks and that, and as you said, it looks like it's very similar to the situation we saw earlier on in the Paybar VW Challenge with a car going across and hitting the wall. So yeah, sad way to end what has been an epic day for these guys. I mean, to have such a big field out there, it's been such an honour to be part and parcel of this.
So safety car continues on its way at the moment. It's got 6 cars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars between itself and Bob Neal, the actual race leader. Carlo Gabini's 2 cars back from him, and then it's Nick Macros about 2 cars back from that. So yeah, I think we are going to finish under safety car, unfortunately, and then we're going to have a little bit of a break to try and get this car recovered, and Corin Ninoba's car as well. That shouldn't be too much of an issue, but the kitty litter here at Kyalami is pretty thick. So that they're back to get the low slung cars out. I don't think Ninoba's car is too low slung. That box shape E30 of hers.
Yeah, red flags having come out. So this one done and dusted. Bob Neal taking the win. Carlo Corbini second, first in Class B. So that is the end of the BMWs for the day. Just one race left.
As you can see, red flag is out. That's the BMW M Performance Racing Series brought to a preliminary stop due to a big crash there for Mr. Cavalieri, who came out of turn 13 a little bit too hot and ended up putting it into the inside wall and outside wall and bringing out the safety car for 2 laps, and then the red flag eventually coming out as well. There you go. That's the car we're talking about. They're going to wave the cars through, and while they do that, we'll take a quick break and get back to you as soon as we've got our 111 GD Sports and Saloons back on track for the final race of this incredible day at Kyalami.